Alright guys, welcome to another video. Sorry I've been away for so long, but we're back at it. And we are going to go over some gearing guides. We have some PvP content coming up here and more on that later. And some of the changes that have been to gear. So guys, let's get into the video. But first, if you like and enjoy the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you want notifications for more great content. Leave a comment on what you thought of the video, what you think of the new loot changes. Also, ring the little bell button for just a smidge of extra luck in your weekly vault. And also notifications when I upload. Duh. And check out the live stream over on twitch.tv. We live stream over there. We are getting down with the curve runs and getting those going. There's a giveaway in the description also. Go and check that out. Alright guys, let's get on with the video. Alright guys, so let's go over the first round of things you want to do exactly when you're doing level 60 in Shadowlands here. So the first thing you are going to do is that you are going to clear all your mythic zeros. If you are a guy who just dinged, have around 130 item level, 135, you are definitely able to go in and clear all of the mythic zeros. That's what I did. It was not easy, but it was not that difficult either. Mythic zeros are usually tuned to be a lot easier than people actually think. And there's like this perception of the community that if you want to do a mythic zero, you have to have like 180 or 150 or whatever. It's possible to do at 130, 135. So if you have that, you can start going there. And if you're all having a hard time finding groups that will take you, I mean, I guess you will have, then try and see what you can do and get some heroic gear. Find some other newly dinged friends. Just go in and run into some random heroic dungeons. You don't have to use the group finder to do heroic dungeons. And you can get some gear that way. Once you have around like 150 gear-ish, you should have no problem whatsoever clearing the mythic zeros. So go and do all of those and get some gear that way. If you're more into a PvP guy, you can PvP yourself all the way to 180 with honor gear, and soon you can do that all the way to 200 with honor gear once you have enough renown. Honor gear is a really easy way to get some nice items and get going, especially if you play a class that is a heavy user of versatility. And that is basically what you're going to do. You can just supplement these things here with stuff like World Quest and your emissaries. They're not called emissaries anymore. They're called some callings. Common callings, do those instead. Emissaries. I mean, brain's still stuck in PFA. Get back here, brain. I need you. So that is what you can do here. And then at that point, you should hit around the 184 mark. So, once you hit 184, you are now in the category where you are more than decently geared enough to do normal raids. So you can clear the normal raid, normal Castle Nafria. You get 200 and 207 item level from the different raid bosses and stuff. And you might have a hard time getting into groups because people are like, you know what, this raid drops 207 or 200 item level 207. We're going to require 210 for anyone to join, so I can take all the gear for myself, even though I haven't killed it before. And I have like literally no gear, but I'm going to take that as the prize gesture for like forming this raid group that everyone should give all their drops to me. Don't join those raid groups. Stay away from them. And don't do those raid groups. The amount of people that come to me is like, Chris, I can't join any gear, any groups and stuff. The only way I can get ahead of the curve or clear normal or whatever is to make a group myself and then require everyone else to have done it before and are way over geared. Don't be that guy. Whatever you do, don't be that guy. Start a group. Hey guys, I'm starting a raid group. This is what we need. Realistically. 190 or 185 for getting into normal, starting out normal, not intentionally like one-shotting and walking through it the first day, because you're not going to do that. Some are good people, but you don't need 210 item level to do it. Set the expectations. Say, hey, we'll help each other. And don't fucking flame people in raids, right? And if you still have a hard time, I arrange raids like this. Like, I don't require any insane item level. Don't require you to have the achievements. As long as you have enough gear to actually be able to do it, I'll teach you the rest. Try and be the same and help each other get forward. Like, explain, like, okay, this is what we have to pay attention to in the fight. And let's go. Much better. And you'll get some gear. And from the normal rate, you should go up to 200 easily. Maybe 205 or something. And this time here, I recommend, if you haven't already yet, you go and grab your legendaries. So go and run through Torghast a few times and make sure here you have all your soul dust. And then craft a 190 item level legendary. Go get the right memory first. If you're having trouble getting like the best of the best one or the exact one you do, you can wait a bit and then craft the 190 and then craft another. If you're low on gold, just wait until you get the right one. Save up your soul dust and then you may be able to skip a few starting costs from upgrading. So that is a great way to get your legendary as well. So, and Mythic Plus here, and around this range here, up to 200. I mean, you can do the smaller ones, like 6-7 keys. At this point here, you can practice and get better and polish and think. That's the beauty about Mythic Plus. You're not held back, like, okay, I cleared the raid in a week, I didn't get any drops. Oh, damn, better luck next week. Like, Mythic Plus, you can just keep, like, practicing and polishing. And then if you don't get some gear in the levels that you are now, you get to practice a bit. And polish, and then go one step higher. Maybe you'll get some better piece of gear that time. Even though with the nerfs to loot, like Mythic Plus is still a really good source of gear. You won't get like, ooh, this crazy gear every time. Because like to most like casual players, like the stuff from a 15 item level. What? Before like you could farm relatively easily everything you needed from Mythic Plus in a day. Insane. So Mythic Plus has taken a beating, and to be honest, like I think it's fine that that you can't like spam content that will give you heroic item raid items. Yeah, I think that should be some logout. But yeah. So once you get those, and Mythic Plus gearing is pretty much itself. So we are gonna leave that out for now. Like up until 210, you'll be doing like 15 items, and you can spend those so to get all the perfect pieces, and then you can get your 1 out of 3 items at your preferred item level at the max in your weekly chest at 226. I believe. Quote me on that if I'm wrong. I'll try to put it on the screen if I'm not too lazy. So PvP then. So from 185, that is when you start doing arenas, and gear is really important in PvP. So the good thing is that you'll be upgrading your gear as you're getting higher up in the brackets. You're likely to run into a few boost groups. Like, don't let that get your mental down. And PvP requires some skill. It's not like you can. It's not like set like, okay, this is what you have to do to beat. You're gonna have to beat another player and not a machine. And many see people like, oh, you can just buy like mythic level gear. Yes, but getting 2100 rating is no easy task. A lot of people that have played for 10, 15 years haven't even gotten 2k. More on a casual level, PvP is difficult, and it requires coordination, and it requires reaction times, requires thinking. It's like high-paced chess in arenas especially. And coordination is key, and especially in RPGs. I will say though, RPGs right now is in a really good spot. It has long been what we've been calling in the community as a dead bracket. There's always been like 2-3 groups queuing at max. So you're kind of like expecting who you're playing against. And sometimes that's just been impossible to beat, so you might as well not play. But there's a lot of new people coming to the RPG scene, and which that I will also include another video or some videos here on a basic strategy guide for RPGs. Because a lot of people are getting it wrong. But RPGs is probably the easiest place to get rating. However, you will need to know what you're doing, since a lot of the PvE guilds are just forming RPG groups. They're like, okay, we'll do our weekly RPG cap, and then we'll get some rating, and then we'll have extra options in the chest, and they'll do that once a week or something like that. And it's really nice. You could wreck them pretty hard if you watch the next video that is coming up. So that's how you get to like 200. And after that, after the 200-ish item, well, then you just go into heroic rating and start there, get some more gear. You will not be able to clear it in the first week, and you get up to 220 in the end of the raid and on heroic. So you can pretty much gear up, get to 200, then you can start in heroic raids, then you go for heroics. PvP is pretty much the same, and then you get the ball rolling, right? That's what you do. You get the ball rolling, and whether you want to do raids or PvP or Mythic Plus, that's up to you. What I will say though, one advantage PvP has over any of the other gearing functions is the fact that you get to upgrade your weekly rewards that you've already gotten. So, let's say I'm a pretty handy PvP player. I've already 2100. I'm almost 2.2 in RPGs. That's my personal favorite flavor in RPGs. So I got up there. So all the other weekly rewards that I gotten, that I had maybe 1600 or 1800 rating, is now duelist gear, which is 226. So picking PvP items, if you know you can reach 2100, is by far the easiest one. If your main stat is versatility. If that is your best thing, PvP picks from the weekly chest have such immense value you don't even know. But it comes with a drawback that it is only versatility pieces. So if that's not your thing, and you won't reach it for a long time, Mythic Plus and Raid picks will likely be the better option. And I think that is gonna conclude the video here. It was pretty much a talking guide, and hopefully I explained how you can gear up pretty easily. RPG tutorials and basic guides, rogue capping guides and anti-rogue capping guides will come soon as well. So don't forget to subscribe, check those out, leave a comment what you thought of the video. I've been away from YouTube for quite a while. This was just a quick one. There's not going to be a whole lot of editing, and it's pretty much a talking head video with some background footage. I knew. Guys, hope you enjoyed. We might take a look at Assassination Rogue and some other melee classes soon. So stay tuned for that. Take care. Peace. Alrighty guys, so I want to go over some of the changes that has become to the gearing process here in Shadowlands. And what they have done essentially is that they have taken out the RNG, or a lot of it. We still have the chance to sockets and third stats, like what's it called? Speed, leech, and avoidance. And those are there. You can still get the chance for socket. However, we can already grind sockets out now in more if we want and put on our gear. So we take out a lot of that RNG aspect, and it's possible you get a little head start if you get a socket on, but you'll get socket on every piece in the end, which is kind of nice. So one of the things here that a lot of people are getting used to is the fact of where the hell am I going to get gear from? And why is it so slow? Why are PvP players so incredibly fast geared? So I'll try to cover that for you here. So the biggest change has been to the PvP gear. So let's cover that first. PvP gear is now obtainable from a vendor. And you can buy PvP gear for Conquest like in the old days, and then upgrade it according to your rating, or combat rating, or current rating in 2s, 3s, or RPGs. And for a lot of seasoned players, this is like really nice, because PvP players in the past have been forced to play really high in rating in order to stay competitive in arena. We are talking mythic rating here, if they wanted to have a good shot at it or be boosted. So what this year change it does is that they can now buy one piece of gear a week, one piece at the very max. If they want some of the better pieces like weapons, they're gonna have to save their points for 2 weeks or more. Or get it in the weekly vault. I mean, 2 items a week we're getting. What the kind of difference is that even though we got the pieces in the prior week, we can then upgrade it. That also goes for the weekly vault. So if you're getting an item from the weekly vault at Challenger, meaning, what is that, like 200 something item level, you can get it upgraded again the week after. I think it's 216 or something. And if you reach rival, then you get it to 220, duelist 226, which is like the base mythic item level drops. And now you're thinking there's another step to that. That is elite, which is 2400 rating, which is by far everyone that can get that. 2100 is a lot harder than mythic rating and a lot harder than what the ceiling of what you need to be able to do in Mythic Plus is to get some gear. So it's a lot harder to get the higher item level in gear in PvP. However, you are a lot more able to pick what you want and you're much more steady. And if you have done as I done, is buy all the cheap pieces first and then take the higher cost things from the weekly vault, you can gear up really efficiently. Well, that's later. So PvP is now a really good option for gearing, as Mythic Plus have been, but it has been tuned a bit down, so the drops that you get from Mythic Plus dungeons have been squeezed down to below heroic item level, which was the thing that was before, since it's spammable content and you can just get gear funnels. So if you're missing 1 or 2 pieces, that is what that is supposed to, then you can get to fill in the gaps. You get a steady gear, you get 1 piece of gear if you do a plus 15 at maximum item level every week, or 14 I think it is for the weekly vault. You can connect on that, and you get to choose 3 parts just from all the other content sources there is. And from rating, it's the same. However, the way to do rating and get gear from rating from the weekly vault, I feel like it's a nice addition to the gear we get, but it's not as efficient as the other pieces. Like if you're missing a specific trinket or something like that, you'll be able to yoink that from the weekly vault, which is really nice. So we have 3 pieces of gear here that we can get. Rating has also been nerfed in drop rate, and so have Mythic Plus. And PvP didn't have any gear drops before that were useful at all, other than the weekly chest, which was 1 random piece of gear, which more than often than not were completely useless. So what does this mean? It means that gearing has shifted, and I think it's time to update our gearing guide.